Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about isolines. So, before we understand what isolines are, let's talk about something called topographic maps. So, a topographic map is basically a map that represents the 3D shape of the Earth's surface. So, say you have the Earth's surface has mountains on it. If you were to create a map to represent that, that map would be called a topographic map. It represents the Earth's surface and what it looks like. So mountains normally look like this on topographic maps. Make sure you have this page of your note packet out as where I'm going through this video. So, what are isolines? Isolines are lines that connect equal values on a map. So, on a map, on a topographic map, or a map that shows something about the Earth, normally isolines represent or are lines that represent equal values. For instance, this is a temperature map. This line right here represents 40 degrees Fahrenheit, meaning every point on this line is 40 degrees Fahrenheit on this map. So this is the map of the United States. This part of the United States was 40 degrees around this time, every single point on this line. And then this line represents 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and so on. But isolines can also represent temperature, air pressure, and elevations just like this. So every single point on the lines are equal value. Those are called isolines. So go ahead and write this down on your note packet. Isolines are lines that connect equal points of equal value on a map. So, what are the types of isolines? There are a couple types. The first type of isoline is a contour line or contour lines. Contour lines are lines connecting equal points of elevation. So, say I have a mountain. If I want to represent the elevation of the mountain on my map, then I would draw lines of equal elevation. Every single point on this line is an elevation of 2,500 feet, I guess. And this is elevation is 3,000. This is 3,500. Every single point on this line is 4,000, and so on. So this is the 3D view of the landmark. This would represent our topographic map, and these lines are our contour lines. Every single point on this line has an elevation of 1,440. So go ahead and write this down. One type of isoline is a contour line, and contour lines show elevation, right? Every single point on a contour line has the same elevation on a map. The next type of isoline is an isobar. An isobars are lines connecting points of equal air pressure on a map. So isobars normally have big numbers that in the thousands, and what air pressure is normally measured in what we call millibars MB. So when you see numbers represented in thousands, it's normally air pressure, and every single point on this line is 1,000 millibars of air pressure. Every single point on this isoline is 1,004 millibars of air pressure. When an isoline represents air pressure, we call that isobar. Bar is a metric unit and is most commonly used to measure air pressure. Go ahead and write this down. Another type of isoline is isobar, and isobars are lines that show equal areas of air pressure. The next type of isoline is an isotherm. Isotherms are lines connecting points of equal temperature. And normally on a map, maybe you have seen this on the Weather Channel, temperature or isotherms are represented with different colors. So this may be really hot, the red, and then the purples may be more cooler. Therm is a root word that means heat or temperature. So when you hear the word therm, it means it has to do with temperature. Isotherms connect point lines of equal temperature. Let's write that down on your note packet. Isotherms show temperatures. Please remember these terms. So, what if we wanted to draw isolines? Well, isolines have a couple rules to follow when you're drawing them. Number one, isoline connect points of equal value. So, if you were to draw an isoline, iso means same, line means line, right? All the line has to connect all points of equal value. For instance, if this line is connecting the tens, this line should not be connecting with 5, right? The iso line should only be connecting with all the tens. Number two, isolines never cross. This would mean that one point has two different values. For instance, if you're drawing the 30-degree isoline, every single point on that line should be 30 degrees. That means your 30-degree isoline should never cross your 40-degree isoline, because if it did, at this point would mean that it's both 30 degrees and 40 degrees, which is not possible. So it can never cross. Third rule, isolines are gentle curving lines, no sharp corners. So your isoline should not look zigzaggy like this. No sharp corners, always curved, which brings us to our fourth rule. Isolines are always closed curves, even though the map might only show part of it. So say on paper, this is your paper, right? This box right here. And you only see this part of the isolines. This is your map. Just because you see it like this doesn't mean the map doesn't extend outside of your paper. Isolines always form these curved circles, okay? These closed curves. So even though your map might not show the whole thing, it's never just stopping in abruptly all of a sudden. It's always connected and enclosed in these curves, okay? So say this is the entire map, your paper might only represent this part of the map, and it might look like this. This doesn't mean that the lines are just stopping at the edges of your map, it's continuing. This is important because when you're drawing isolines, never just connect the points and then stop abruptly in the map. Your lines should never just stop out of nowhere. It should always go to the edge of the map, okay? Because isolines are closed curves. So these are the rules. Once again, pause this and just review through. Isolines connect points of equal value. They never cross. They have no sharp corners, and they're always closed curves. One more thing. So, what if we wanted to represent a hill on topographic map, and but we also wanted to represent a depression? So a hill would normally look like this, right? A hill has high elevation, and then it goes back down again. We normally represent hills on our topographic maps with these circles right here. Okay, so a hill would be represented with these circles. If we wanted to represent a depression is basically the opposite of a hill. It's going down, it's curving downwards into the ground. If we wanted to represent a depression in the ground, we would kind of draw circles like a hill, but we would draw these lines called hatcher marks. Hatcher marks represent depressions, okay? So since this part of this area is depressed or bent inwards, we are drawing these hatcher marks to show that. Finally, elevation is always zero at sea level in oceans, not rivers. So, wherever there's an ocean, your elevation is at sea level, meaning that elevation is zero. Your elevation starts at zero, and zero is always at sea level. Rivers are not always at sea level, oceans are. So, when you see oceans, your elevation is zero. So, this line right here, this iso line, is zero. Every point on this line is 0 feet. So on the next video, we'll learn how to draw isolines.